Good day everyone, I am Arnold M. Valdivia, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Science, and for today's video, I will be conducting an experiment entitled Sink or Float, an aluminum foil edition. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump to the video! The buoyant force is the upward force exerted on an object wholly or partially immersed in a fluid. This upward force is called upthrust. Due to buoyant force, an object submerged partially or fully in a fluid appears to lose its weight. On the other hand, this experiment tends to know the reasons why an object floats or sinks and identify the factors affecting buoyant force. The materials needed in conducting this experiment are aluminum foil, water, 3 plastic containers, marker, and scissor. The first procedure is to prepare all the materials needed. Second is to label the 3 containers from container 1 to container 3. The next step is to pour the 3 containers with water. Next is take the foil and fold it thrice. After folding it, cut it thoroughly. After doing it, get a piece of flat foil and place it in container 1 and slightly push it downward. Take another foil, crumple it, and place it in container 2. Lastly, put the last foil in the water and crumple it under water. When the flat foil slowly submerges in the water in container 1, it slowly goes down to the bottom and it sinks because the aluminum foil has higher density than water. Moreover, the flat foil sinks because the push downward of the gravity is greater than the push upward of the buoyant force. Meanwhile, the crumpled foil was putted in container 2 floats because the foil was filled by the air particles, which increases the volume of the foil or the space it occupies. Additionally, the crumpled foil floats because the buoyant force and the gravity is equal. On the other hand, the foil in container 3 after crumpling it still sinks because we crumple the foil underwater that makes the water particles filled in, which added to the weight of the aluminum foil. In conclusion, any object that is in water, either immerged or submerged, experience an upward push by the water's force called buoyant force. According to Archimedes' principle, the weight of the object displaced fluids by the object immersed or submerged in water is equal to the weight of the buoyant force. That means that the weight of the water that is moved while putting an object in the water is equal to the weight of the buoyant force that causes an object to float. The factor that determines whether an object will sink or float is the density. The other factor, on the other hand, that affects an object to sink or float is the weight density, which has the formula of weight over volume, which means that if we increase the weight of an object without changing its volume, the density of an object will also increases. And if we decrease the weight of an object without changing its volume, the density of an object will also decreases. Therefore, in order for an object to float, the density of an object must be less than the density of water that is immerses or submerges in. However, an object will sink if an object has greater density than the water. And that is our experiment all about. And I hope that you gained some knowledge and learnings out of this experiment. And once again, this is Arlen M. Evangelio, BS in Science, first year. Have a great day.